Hola, Timothy Phoenix here, and today I want to do a quick video just to have a little chat with you about something that I think is really important for anyone who has anxiety and is looking to find a way out of it, as I assume that they would be. And it's one word, really, one key word, and that one word is awareness. Awareness is so key to overcoming anxiety. And what I mean by awareness is three key things really. Awareness of yourself, your own, and that's in two parts: awareness of the power that you have within you, and awareness of your own thoughts and behaviours. The third awareness is awareness that there are people out there who can help you more than you probably think. So we'll start off with the first bit. Awareness really is all about the most important thing. I feel it's about having total awareness of the power that lies within you as an individual. Most of us don't realise how powerful and how strong we actually are. We think because we're going through this mental health issue that we're weak in some way, and perhaps we are a little bit weak temporarily, but it takes strength to get out of it. And most people don't realise how strong they are until they're thrown into a position where they've got no option but to sink or swim. Now, of course, you know, some people do unfortunately sink at that point, but if you can understand that you have that strength within you already and you can start to push yourself, you'll get out of that situation. You will find a way. We often put people on a pedestal who have come through difficulties in their lives, and we say, oh, they're such strong people, they're amazing people, you know, they're almost superhuman, they're not like us mere mortals. But the thing is, those people who we're putting up on a pedestal, that we're saying are these gods almost, and they're superhuman, they were in the same position that you and I and everyone who has struggled in life at some point and hit rock bottom have been in. The difference is they found a way out of it. They got out of it, but they had to work hard to get out of it. And that's what it takes. It takes that awareness, first of all, that right, I'm going to do something about it and that I can defeat it. I can get out of the situation. And that's where it really all starts. It's just knowing that you first of all, you've got no choice. It comes down to you at the end of the day. No one's going to come along and save you. And I think pretty much everyone, including myself, when I was in that situation, I was at rock bottom with social anxiety and a few years later with post-traumatic anxiety. I knew no one was coming along to help me. You know, I had to do it by myself. It was either that, I was either, you know, swim or I was going to sink. And I made that decision. That's a choice. And you've got to understand that it is a choice at the end of the day to get yourself out of the hole that you're in. But you've got to believe it first. You've got to believe that you can do it. Then you will do it. And you won't stop until you get out of that hole that you're in. But it's all about having that awareness that it can be done. And that's why, it's one of the reasons why I'm doing my blog, because I want to show people that it can be done. And I've done it twice. I've got myself out of that hole twice. I made the choice. I made the decision twice. And here I am now talking to you. And so that's the first thing. The second part of this awareness thing is you've got to be aware of your own thoughts and your own actions and your own beliefs. And that means you're going to have to do some work. Now with me, it was done the second time I had anxiety, was done through cognitive behavioural therapy. And any kind of therapy really, most therapies are going to require some form of work. I say most because those of you who have read my free ebook how I crushed anxiety twice the easy way and the hard way will know that the easy way involved me not doing very much work at all, actually, to overcome 20 years of social anxiety. And that happened because I went to hypnotherapy, and that cured me in an hour. And it's straight up. That's as honest as I can be about it. There's not really much more to say. That's what happened. So I'm not going to lie and say to you that it has to be really, really difficult. It doesn't. That time was relatively easy. You start to put the work in afterwards to sustain that level of confidence, that level of belief, of course. But it was relatively simple. Certainly cognitive behavioural therapy, which is what I had after post-traumatic anxiety, it's a harder road, but nonetheless, I think it only took me a few months of work on that to get me to a position where I could honestly say I no longer had an anxiety disorder and I was mentally in a decent place. Now, the work with cognitive behavioural therapy is based around deciphering really and learning about the human mind, and you have to do a lot of work every day. You've got to build that habit. You've got to build that habit every single day to put what you're learning into practice, and that's really important. But it is about being aware of what you're thinking, and because most people who have anxiety, they think they're aware because they're constantly thinking about everything. They're constantly analysing everything, but they're not doing the right kind of analysis. They're not able to take that step back and to really go through the exact reasons why they're thinking that. And so they get caught in this cycle, this perpetual cycle of negative thoughts. And you've got to be able to learn how to come out of that cycle of thought. So the third thing that people with anxiety need to be aware of is that there is help out there. Okay, and there's a tendency, I think, for a lot of people to think that, well, first of all, that anxiety can't be completely eradicated, it can't be defeated or crushed or overcome, which is blatantly untrue, because I'm here right in front of you now, living proof of that. So let's get that one right out of the way. You can get rid of it. It's not something you have to cope with. You know, I don't use any kind of breathing techniques, or I don't have good days where I'm okay and then the next day's a bad day and I'm down low again. It's just a temporary thing. It's gone, okay? And it's not coming back. It has gone. So you've got to understand there are people out there who have got rid of it, and you need to listen to those people and find out exactly what they did to get rid of it. And you'll be able to do the same too. And the help is out there. Be aware that there are people out there. Some of them are doing it on a voluntary basis. Some people have got courses to sell. Whatever route you go down, there are choices. You can do it. Sometimes, you know, we tend to think, oh, we have to go through a doctor, and you know, the health service is the only way. But you know, there's all sorts of problems with health services, with mental health being provisions being underfunded and that kind of thing. And there's plenty of stigma out there about mental health. We know about that, but you know, it's not important. What's important is that there is help out there. You've just got to go out there, search for it. You'll find things. You just got to find what feels right for you. But don't just sit there and hope it's going to happen. You've got to be aware that there is help. Yes, provisions for mental health needs to be better. Yes, there need to be more trained practitioners in mental health. Yes, there's got to be, we've got to get the awareness out there about the stigma that's attached to it. It's got to be eradicated. You know, that has to improve. But that, you know, I had social anxiety 10 years ago, and the scene was totally different to how it is now. You know, I wasn't able to come on Twitter, for example, and look around and chat to people and know that I wasn't totally alone, and you know, and I wasn't able to find half the stuff, you know, even a tiny fraction of the stuff that's around now from individuals who've gone out and set up businesses specifically to go out there and help people with anxiety. You've just got to get out there, do the research, get out there, do a bit of searching. You'll find it. You'll find the help, whether that be cognitive behavioural therapy, EFT, or hypnosis. I really recommend going to see a hypnotherapist. It helped me, it cured me very, very quickly. but also to do cognitive behavioural therapy, because that will give you the tools so that whenever you find yourself in life in a difficult situation, anxiety or not, you know, any kind of battle that you're having, you'll be able to analyse better. You'll be more aware of your thoughts and behaviours and your habits, and that is critically is the key to overcoming a mental health issue like anxiety. So there we go. We've got the 3 things to be aware of. Most importantly, be aware you've got the power within you to get over it and to crush it and to get rid of it forever. But it's within you. It's down to you and no one else. Okay? Understand that you're stronger than you think you are. Okay? And the second thing is to put the work in, you know, and be aware, the work to be aware of what you're thinking, your thought processes, your habits, your limiting beliefs that you've got, limiting negative beliefs, those kind of things, and the actions that you're taking, the cycle that you're in. The aim is to break that cycle, and you've got to be aware of what you're doing and why you're thinking it. And the final thing is, of course, you know, be aware the help is out there. I mean, even if it's just from people like me, you can come and read my ebook on my blog. It's free if you subscribe, and that will tell you about my journey, a bit more about the hypnosis that I went through, and a bit more about the cognitive behavioural therapy that I went through. You'll get to learn about my backstory, and you'll learn, you know, it was deep, it ran deep with me. You know, it wasn't some light thing, you know, that enabled me to get over it really quickly after 1 hour of hypnosis. It was a deep thing. So come and get that ebook. It's called How I Crushed Anxiety Twice, the Easy Way and the Hard Way. And you just have to subscribe to my blog, timothyphoenix.com. And yeah, come and get regular updates and hear about my story, about my life before anxiety, about my life after anxiety, what I'm doing now to try and create the life of my dreams, and to prove that, you know, no matter where you've been in your life, how low you've been, you can turn it around and go on to have a fantastic life afterwards. That's all for me now. So as usual, hasta luego.